In this episode, I'm exploring the abandoned Seaview Hospital in New York, a place with a rich past and countless untold stories. While many have explored its history, I'm here to offer a fresh perspective, going beyond the hospital's well-documented past to uncover what still lingers within its crumbling walls. Join me as I venture deeper into this forgotten landmark and reveal a side of Seaview that few have ever witnessed. Let's explore. Alright, so we're gonna start exploring this place, and it's still pretty dark out, so I'm gonna be careful not to shine my light at the streets because there is an active facility literally completely surrounding this place. The buildings are kind of tucked away in the woods, but in the middle of the property, so we have to be pretty careful with our voice and audio levels. And we definitely have to make sure that we are not flashing our lights out so anyone can see. I've only been walking around for about 2 or 3 minutes, and I can tell you that we are definitely not going to have a shortage of chairs. So we definitely will have a good chair of the episode for you guys today, and I'm excited about some of the potential candidates. What a shame. Someone tore that seat up. That building looks insane. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Luke Explores. Today I'm on Staten Island. I'm currently by myself. I'm exploring the abandoned Seaview Hospital. This has been a major target of mine for a while. I couldn't really tell you why I haven't made it here yet, but it just hasn't made it to the top of the priority list until now. But I'm here. I'm on top of one of the buildings. It's like 7:30 in the morning, and my buddy Lucas is sleeping in the car. He needs a little bit more rest, so I've been going around and taking a look by myself. I decided to come up to the roof first because it's still a little too dark to really film film down below, and I really want you guys to see everything that this place has to offer. So without further ado, I'm going to start getting some shots and get right into it. But I am super excited to show you guys this place. This is Seaview Hospital. It was transitioned out as a tuberculosis hospital in the 60s, and then it was a nurse and elderly rehab center up until the early 2000s, and it's been closed ever since. So we're going to get to exploring it. It's pretty big. There's a lot more buildings on this campus than I thought, including this absolutely massive building in the back there. Where is it? Right there. And I am hoping that we get to see almost all of this place, including the tunnels and the makeshift surgical wards. So without further ado, let's explore. I don't like to make myself too visible, but you can see down there some of the cars that are part of the active campus, the active hospital. I can actually see some people down there standing at the front entrance. So I'm gonna back up this way because I don't know if they saw me or not, but they looked right up in my direction and I didn't see them because they literally blended in with the bushes. This is probably the craziest view of this building I've seen so far. I love the design of it. They don't make any buildings like this anymore, and they totally should. Look at the way the ceiling collapsed out there. You can barely get to that porch area, but I kind of think it adds to the look. These porches are beautiful. This is obviously a tuberculosis hospital, so they would wheel the patients out here in hopes that silence and fresh air would help cure them. And while I would say it would probably ease their minds and put them at peace and make them happy, I don't think tuberculosis has ever once been reported of being cured by those conditions, unfortunately. So right off the bat, this is going to be chosen as the chair of the episode, and I'm going to tell you why. These are not normal wheelchairs for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're made of wood, and these spokes are they're so thin they look like they're made of paper. You don't see wheelchairs made of this material anymore. Number two, you can't see it on this one as well, but on this one, on this wheelchair, this is a restraint. So this was a restraint wheelchair, and I want to try to do a little research to see when the wooden ones were in style, I guess you could say. But I've never seen this before. Like, this is astonishing. I don't know what else to say besides, like, this is one of the cooler finds I think I found inside of a TB hospital, because oftentimes these places can be really empty, but this first floor especially, like, there's so much stuff just littered everywhere, and this is I've never seen this ever in an abandoned place before. I've seen restraint tables and wheelchairs of all sorts, but this is a first for me, and this is so cool. So this is definitely the chair of the episode. I just want to take a really quick peek in some of these rooms. There's not too much here that really needs to be uncovered. It's pretty destroyed, as most of these TB hospitals usually are, especially ones that are this old and have just been rotting here for this long. There's more lockers in here. Seem to be a lot of those all over this place. I really could just stop and stare at these all day. as it's getting brighter out. It's getting easier to see in here. And the colors of this place are just starting to come alive. And I've just never seen a facility like this before. And I'm just loving every second of this experience. Alright, we're gonna go breeze through the second floor here on this first building. So these lights are actually really cool. Someone decided that they wanted to destroy a few of them, but we haven't seen these yet. And I don't think I've ever seen these in a TB hospital. And these colors are just really coming to life now. I've pointed it out once or twice. But the greens and the teals are just starting to pop. But it's still quite dark in here, surprisingly. The decay is beautiful. Huh. Look at that. Now, I'm not sure if these are considered surgical lights necessarily. They look like them, but I don't know why there'd be that many in just a TB hospital. TB hospitals didn't usually perform surgeries, as far as I'm concerned. It's a cool hallway. So I actually skipped over this one porch, but I decided to come check it out and saw these 4 toilets and thought I would just point them out for no other reason than there's 4 toilets not connected to anything, and I've never seen that before, so I hope you guys enjoy the toilets. Alright, so I was going to completely skip over the 3rd floor on this building, but when I came into the center, I found this massive surgical light. This is definitely a surgical light. The other ones downstairs I wasn't 100% sure about. This was definitely one that was hanging from the ceiling at some point. I don't think it was from in here. This doesn't seem like a operating room to me, but that's 100% an operating light, and I'm confused as to why it's up here. A lot of random things that we're finding in here so far. I absolutely love these hallways. You'd be surprised to know how much is actually left in here, in these rooms, based off the amount of decay and destruction that we're seeing, but I've been pleasantly surprised so far. I'm loving this explore. Those guys down there, I don't like them. They got in. Or at least one of them. Yeah, there they go. Now they're both in. All right, this is the entrance to the basement / the tunnel. Let's go this way first. Been in so many tunnels lately. It's becoming second nature. Here's the operating room. This is about as creepy as it gets. There's a full surgical setup here and everything. And a shopping cart. I don't really know what the shopping cart's doing there. But look at this. The operating table with the straps on it. The light, all this equipment. Not going to pretend like I know what any of it does. But this is awesome. This is probably just a setup. I doubt this is what it actually looked like when this place was in operation all those years ago. But if it looked anywhat like this, this would have been one creepy place to get an operation done. Alright, we're in the adjacent building now, and it's a pretty similar layout to the first one that we were in. Someone decided to knock the door down here, and we'll see if there's any new stuff that we didn't see in the last building. Any new chairs, any new desks, lights. Looks like we have a whole bunch of cribs. Our car is literally parked right out there, so we have to be quiet because there's an active parking lot there. This is pretty cool. Haven't seen any cribs yet. There's literally someone walking right outside, so we have to be extra careful. This is pretty cool. There's a lot of hospital beds and cots in here. This is an awesome room. That's a hydrotherapy tub. Look at the size of it. This is so cool. Usually you find this in a massive hospital, but now we're going to find it in the middle of a tuberculosis hospital, which is more than a little bit different. There's a car parking, so be careful, guys.
Where's he at?
I don't know, but be careful. We found a room with about 10 million different things in it. I think I see some electroshock therapy equipment, a couple of exam tables here, a whole bunch of stuff. There's new equipment in every room. Makes you wonder what else we're gonna stumble upon. This is really cool. We're whispering because there's a police officer outside. But I wanted to show you guys the rest of this floor before we move on. Look how cool this is. Again, if we didn't choose the chair, that would have been a strong candidate, but we already have a winner. The decay in this room looks so pretty. Alright guys, so in the last building we ended up being seen and we think they called the cops on us, so we had to wait a little while before we can get back down from the tunnels, but we are now in the third building and this one looks to be the most promising. I haven't walked back here at all yet, so this is going to be a complete surprise. These hospital beds are a really strong start and it looks like there's a whole bunch of Department of Hospital charts here. And paperwork. That's really cool. Definitely the most amount of decay we've seen in this building compared to the other ones so far. Let's see how nice these big common spaces are. Yes, we have our chairs. Always have our chairs. And directly across from that one room is another big opening here with, well, a lot of junk. Not too nice. Sewing tables. That's so cool. I don't think I've ever seen this many tables for sewing in one room. There's really a lot left in here. Lockers, filing cabinets, wheelchairs. I'm used to these hospitals having almost nothing left inside of them. And check this out. That is one secluded chair, and it's perfectly, almost the exact same color as the wall. So that fits in almost completely perfectly. The only thing that would make it more perfect is if that were the chair of the episode, which it cannot be because we already chose the chair. Guys, I don't even know where to really start with this floor. I walked in through the stairwell, and the first thing that I saw were these chairs, and I have to say, this is probably one of the nicest chair setups I think I've seen. The contrast to colors is absolutely perfect. And I don't know, I just want to take every single one of those chairs home with me and just have my own chair heaven at my place. So, I don't know. This is definitely one of the better parts of this tuberculosis hospital so far, without a doubt. There's just more chairs and cots every corner that you look. That's what we like to see in places like this. I've never seen a tuberculosis hospital have so much stuff left inside of it. This is like a maze to crawl through. I really don't know how I'm gonna get through here without getting poked. I could go around, but that's just the easy way. And here on Luke Explores, we like a challenge. as I have rust falling on my head. Let's go up to the top floor. Tub. Holy shit, there's power. Oh, that's so eerie. I remember seeing a shot of this, but I didn't think it still had power.
Can you power these lights?
I don't know. And look at this. Right in the middle of a hallway, and there's a bunch more stuff down there. Huh. It's just lined with stuff. Alright guys, we just came up from the tunnel, and the building that we're in is connected to a building with power, which we think is also abandoned. So we're going to do a quick sweep of this one and move on to the next. There's an old x-ray in here, x-ray machine, and this looks really old, ancient almost. Wish I could step in there more, but that is really cool. I've never seen an x-ray machine that looks like that before. Wow. Look at that. It's obviously a fake surgical setup. Someone definitely put that there. But wow, that's in really nice condition. It looks phenomenal.
Why are all the steps like this?
I don't know.
I feel really clean up here.
This is all like grease.
Is it?
Yeah, you want to climb over that. Let's go. Where are we? Alright, we just finished tunneling through the buildings and we came up through an active part which brought us to what we believe is the kitchen area here, or what used to be the kitchen. And it's just littered with stuff. There's old surgical equipment, kitchen equipment, everything. Chairs. Look at this. Oh, I think there's a lot of medical equipment in there. We should go check that out. Wheelchair galore back here. This is incredible. I think this place has the most amount of medical equipment I've ever seen. And speaking of, we have a surgical light right here. It's a little bent, but it's pretty awesome. Wow. Yeah.
You guys were right.
About?
The window.
We're in the children's side now, and And the first thing we see is a hospital bed. So that's always a good start. No idea what to expect out of this building. Let's go explore it. It smells awful in here. Honestly, it's a cool little spot. Holy shit. This entire room is completely burnt up. Holy, there must have been some sort of fire in here. But the ceiling is mostly fine, so that doesn't make any sense. This is crazy. Look at all those burn marks. Everything is just ash. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There's much more in here than I thought there would be.
These stairways remind me of Kings Park.
Yeah,
All the fucking soot.
it's not very pleasurable.